Yeah, yeah, but I'm not very into the technical terms. But what I'm starting to realize here is that I kind of together with we have starting to a conspiracy, basically. So while we are like talking in this way, I kind of stop you and say, this is this is a conspiracy now. Do you understand that? Or we are doing something secret that we're not supposed to do. Are you fine with that? Because I'm starting to be quite fine myself with that.
We should stop looking because we are finding something. Is that what you are trying to say?
No, but I'm just making him aware of that we're doing something that we're not supposed to do, and that is fine with that.
Okay, right. So the question is, so Mark,
and we're doing it.
So what does Mark think when it's made clear just how bad you are being?
Now, the way I see Mark is that he is like, why is this happening? So he wants to, how shall we put it? He wants to find the answers,
right?
And he doesn't see it wrong or right. He just wants to know why
the equation's solved.
So yeah. So if we say you have this puzzle block, okay, how do we solve it? Okay, how do we put it back? How do we build it? How do we take it apart? He just wants to know how everything works. So
that's why
really
I kind of
right or wrong.
I understand that he is that he has these perspectives. I just want to be like really. I see that you're trying to solve a problem, and so am I. But we're doing. Yeah, you don't care. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Sandra.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, Sandra.
Mark needs another fan mail.
I see. Okay. Max has 3 fan mail now.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. Yeah. Well, I think everybody wants you to find something out is what they want. Okay. So let's see how this goes. So you have your screen presence of 1, and I have my free card. And what your traits, you can repair. Wait, you have the good with numbers, and what was the other one?
No, he was good at sketching, and he was good at math and physics. Good at physics and math.
Okay. Well,
so he can probably sketch a map.
Right. Well, it's not really the map, I think, that matters at this point. I think it's more a matter of the numbers that you are looking at data in records and binders and things. So that's one card for that. And then let's see. Now, we could technically, Ola, you could be in the conflict too. And I reviewed the rules, and the way it works is that if 2 people are involved, your chances are better only because, say you are trying to do the same thing, right? Say you both were warriors and you were both trying to kill the ogre. Okay?
Yeah.
If that's what's going on, then if either of you succeeds, the ogre is killed.
Okay.
So that's why it's good to have more than, but we have to make sure that they are not exactly the same because we don't know which of you will succeed and which of you might fail. So no matter what, it has to be logical. So it's not so hard actually. So in that case, if you are getting into the conflict is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm getting into the conflict, but I have to look at other types of data that
right.
I'm not. Yeah, I can review the data that I understand with my perspective.
And so, what is the trait?
I mean, my trait is resourceful, and so that I don't think that wealthy.
Right, that's true.
I don't think wealthy is so
but resourceful is not so bad. You could probably make connections among things that are not immediately obvious. One of these days, resourceful will not count, but it still counts. So
it's a bit broad right
I
now.
know,
So
but it does have limits. We will encounter them.
yeah.
So there you have your 2 cards. Now, in the case of me, I am going to spend 4 more. In fact, I'm going to spend 5 more.
Where is it when I can use my fan mail? Is it
just
after
a
you?
moment after I
Okay.
go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 6 cards total for me. And so now, do you want to spend your fan mail?
I think this is fairly important, so I think I will use all 3.
Okay.
I think it's fairly important.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you knew that I wanted to use my fan mail run, so you didn't even ask me.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, let's see. At this point, Sandra, you have 2 fan mail. Do you want to use them?
Oh no, I was well, no.
Okay. Sorry.
Not.
If I passed you over and was supposed to check with you for something, I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, I would have told you if I wanted otherwise,
Okay,
so that's
perfect.
fine.
Okay. So now I will begin. So Ola, you are stuck with just your 2 cards, but who knows? Maybe you will get lucky. So maybe not so lucky though.
Probably not.
Yeah, because this time the producer does a little bit better. Oh, and by the way, let's think a little bit about failure. You guys are in a secure area.
Yeah.
Right? Doing what you are not supposed to do. And so I think we can fairly say that failure means some kind of security breach, right? Some kind of a problem for you, potentially. But it certainly means that you won't get information if you fail. That's what really matters, right? Whether you really figure anything out or whether you are just more confused and it's more scary than ever. That's really what we are drawing cards for. Do you find out a nice solid pattern and answer, or do you scare the crap out of yourself with all these weird information that makes no sense? Fair? Right. Now, as far as the security breach issue, that's up to the narrator. You see? Okay, so that is 4 red cards with a high queen. I'll remember that. And then over here with Ola, who has no red cards. And then we have Max, whose cards are all black. But he has 2 red cards here. And so both fan mail mean budget back for me. One goes away. And then and then look at the high card though, which was the fan mail, and Max gave it to himself, so that is Max's narration.
Okay.
So I sorry, I didn't get how many cards. So it means that we failed.
Yes, you have.
I failed. I failed, and Max failed also.
Correct.
But he had some red cards, and he had the highest red card.
Right. There is some red cards does not matter. There are no degrees of success and failure in the system.
Okay.
And however, the narration is going to tell us how this goes. So how does this happen? Do you have to run out of there? Or do you have to, do you spend all night figuring out a false conspiracy? Tell us.
Probably we take the vents, get into this room from the roof. We have put a good time. There's nobody there. We start searching, and we don't find anything. And then we hear footsteps coming, and I am afraid of conflict. So I'm like, no. So like they're coming, and then I'm thinking, oh god, something's gonna happen. I'm trying to run back up to the roof, falling down, breaking my back. It's like, what are you doing? And then we're trying to fumbling up there, do not succeed. The door opens, people see us, and they are like, what are you guys doing here? Nobody's supposed to be there in this hour. They take us, I assume, to some sort of authority, and we are now in a jail cell of some sort.
I see. Okay, so you get completely busted, as we say in America.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right then. Well.
And my father probably gets to know this, and
we'll deal with that from there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll
We'll see about that when we get there.
The only thing is, you can get to know this information. I don't think that's good.
Right. And so so Helma, you are obliged, you are required to do the next scene.
Okay. So Sam is on her way.
No, wait, am I right? You already did one, correct? Or not?
I did one, yes.
Oh, you did. Okay. Then it is technically back to me or whoever wants to, actually, because I am just a player for this purpose. So my mistake. Whoever would like to start.
So do you want to? Otherwise, I can continue with
go right ahead.
Of other half of my idea.
Go ahead. Yeah, perfect.
Which would be that I'm probably locating Nia and talking to her in the lab.
Okay, so at the laboratory where Nia has her goggles on and is at some kind of a workbench with, I'm imagining, like a biotechnology kind of laboratory, but it's not particularly fancy. And so yeah, so Sam, what are you talking to her about?
Hi, sorry to bother you, but I have something I think you may be able to help me. You remember in Moonville when you picked me up? I never told you, but I was buying some herbs, and the place was kind of funny, and I basically came out of there with some things I don't know what to make of. Could you take a look? I mean, you're kind of a biologist, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of. I would assume I know a bit at least.
Oh, sure.
So yeah, absolutely. And while you're here, I would just like to thank you about the information about Gerard's room. It was helpful, so thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're welcome, I assume. Here, take the stuff, and I mean,
yeah. So Nia,
if you don't mind, tell me about it someday if you find out something.
Absolutely, I'll let you know.
As you can imagine, this is a pretty fascinating thing that you have been handed. So. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing a conflict in that situation unless anybody wants to interject one. I think that I'm struggling a little bit with everybody is so interested in all these conspiracies. Nobody's really working on the self-worth. So I'm trying to get back in that zone. I'm going to start. Okay. And so right. Okay. So you haven't seen Kara for a little while. And so it occurs to you that you have not. I'm going to frame to Kara's room, or actually probably her workplace. Right. Did you say Kara was something of an engineer? Was that correct? If I remember correctly?
Yes.
Yes. So by engineer in this case, we are talking about maintenance on engines and things. So we get to look at the mighty engines of the ship, which are these brutally industrial devices, some of which are very large. And so the situation can be kind of a dirty job sometimes, and so Kara has been in the dirty part of the engine, and is coming out, and they have an open shower stall just set into the corner of the room with just like the showers that we typically have here, with a drain in the floor, and the floor has just enough of an angle so the water goes down. And there's a curtain there which is old, right? And so people either use the curtain or don't, and nobody cares, because when you get out of there, you go and and you're too filthy to walk around. So you just get in there and use the old yellow soap that they have there and clean yourself off and put on some, another pair of clothes that you have brought with you. And so that is what she is doing. She's probably, soaping herself, the shower running on her. When she turns around and is going to dry off, you can see that her face is badly bruised. There's an impact bruise here, and you can see that her lip is very badly swollen. And she looks at you, and she did not realize you were there, and she sort of stops and says, it's unlike her. She seems very unsure of what to do or what to say.